The model you have just seen of the factors that affect the purchase decision indicates communicating a perceived net gain in value is only half the challenge. The other half is mitigating or reducing perceived risk. When we decide to purchase something, we are assuming risk. Some common types of risk that we assume when we make a purchase are purchasing the wrong product, and by product, I mean a good or a service. Paying too much for the product. Buying a product that fails. Buying a product we will end up not using very much, like exercise equipment, unless you count using it as a place to hang your clothes, of course. Finding something better shortly after the purchase, or wasting our money that could be better used on something else, which is something I'm always telling my kids not to do. Think about the last purchase you made that was over $500. What type of risk did you assume? How did that sense of risk influence your purchase decision? How did you reduce that risk? Some common risk mitigation tactics include reading customer reviews, talking to experts, talking to friends and family, doing some other type of research, listening to the salesperson, or asking for a warranty, or asking about a return policy. Now notice the last two, asking about a warranty or return policy, are essentially fail-safes. They are the plan B of risk mitigation strategy. We want to purchase the right product, but we also want a safety net. Have you rationalized a purchase decision with the phrase, I can always return it if it doesn't work out? How would your purchasing behavior change if returns were never allowed? Buyers who see desirable value gain, but who also perceive excessive risk, will look for ways to mitigate that risk. Sometimes, especially if it's something we really want, we rationalize away that risk. We say something like, the people who wrote those bad product reviews probably didn't know how to use the product. Or maybe they work for the competition. I'm sure it's going to be fine. Alternatively, buyers may look for increases in value gain to offset the perceived risk. It's the classic risk-reward relationship. So what does this mean for you as a salesperson? If you're going to be successful, you'll have to understand how your prospects perceive risk and be able to provide them the resources necessary to mitigate risk, whether it be through risk reduction or value increase. Let's continue with the financial services example from the earlier video. Suppose I had said that for a relatively small fee, I could likely provide you a 15% return on your money and require no minimum investment. Assuming you value the idea of a 15% return, would your decision to invest be affected if I raised the minimum investment to $10,000? Or $100,000? Would you be more likely to invest if I showed you a proven track record of successful investing over the last 30 years? Well, I can't do that. I wish I could, but I can't. Your role then is to help your customers perceive a net gain in value from the proposed solution while keeping the perceived risk below their risk tolerance threshold. Doing the research, reading the reviews, asking for warranties, and so forth doesn't mitigate risk. Relying on the accuracy and authenticity of those things is how your prospects reduce risk. A return policy or warranty policy will mitigate risk only when your customers can rely on you and your organization to honor those policies. Your customers and prospects use experts to reduce risk only when they can rely on that expertise. And perhaps most importantly, they will make a purchase from you only when they are able to rely on you. Reliance is at the heart of trust.